My beloved brothers and sisters, I want you to take a deep conscious breath right now and look directly at the reality of the life you are living. I want you to look at the moments when you are completely alone, when the noise of the world finally shuts down, when your phone is placed face down on the table, and you are left entirely alone with your own thoughts, your own heart, and your own conscience. We live in a world that is running at an absolute breakneck speed. We are constantly chased by deadlines, by financial anxieties, by social media notifications, and by the endless pressure to perform, to accumulate, and to prove our worth to people who quite frankly do not even care about us. We run and we run, chasing after a mirage of peace, thinking that if we just secure that next promotion, if we just buy that bigger house, if we just cross that specific financial milestone, our hearts will finally settle down and feel safe. But let me ask you a question that hits straight at the core of your existence. Why is it that despite having more comfort, more technology, more connectivity, and more material luxuries than any generation that has ever walked the face of this earth, we are simultaneously the most anxious, the most depressed, the most lonely, and the most spiritually empty generation in human history? Why is there a persistent heavy ache inside your chest that no amount of money can buy away? Why do you feel a quiet panic creeping into your spirit when the room goes dark and the silence settles in? It is because you are trying to feed an eternal soul with temporary, passing things. You are trying to fill a container designed uniquely by the Almighty for His remembrance with the cheap disposable toys of this worldly life. Today, we are going to stop the frantic running. We are going to step completely out of the matrix of distraction, bypass the superficial surfaces of life, and dive directly into the ultimate, unshakable source of human tranquility. We are going to explore the divine anatomy of your internal peace, the illusion of worldly fulfillment, and the breathtaking moment your heart finally finds its true home. Look at the collective state of the world around us. We have become absolute prisoners to our external circumstances. We have conditioned ourselves to believe that our internal happiness, our peace of mind, and our self-worth are entirely dependent on variables that we cannot control. If your bank account is full, you smile. If your health report is clean, you feel secure. If people praise you on social media, your confidence levels skyrocket. But the exact millisecond any of those fragile worldly pillars begin to shake, your entire internal universe instantly collapses into absolute chaos. The moment the finances dip, panic sets in. The moment a relationship gets strained, depression takes over. The moment your health faces a minor test, anxiety paralyzes your mind. You become an emotional hostage to a world that changes its moods every single hour. But I want to share a profound, liberating truth with you today. True peace. The kind of peace that anchors your soul so deeply that no storm on earth can shake you, is never found by changing your external circumstances. It is found by changing your internal anchor. The Almighty has established an absolute, unshakable mathematical law in the Holy Quran that can never be bypassed by any human strategy. In the 13th chapter, in the 28th verse, Allah states with absolute crystal clear authority, "Unquestionably, by the remembrance of Allah do hearts find rest." Look at the phrasing of that divine declaration. Unquestionably, there is no fine print, there is no ambiguity, and there are no alternative options available. The creator of the heart is giving you the exact operational manual for the heart. He is telling you that just as the lungs are designed to require oxygen, and just as the body is designed to require water, your heart was engineered with a specific spiritual code that can only be unlocked through connection with Him. You can travel the entire world, you can indulge in every luxury, you can achieve the highest status humanly possible, but as long as your heart is disconnected from its source, it will remain in a state of constant, agonizing hunger. True rest is not a psychological state you can manufacture with self-help books or positive thinking. True rest is a heavy, radiant piece of heaven called Sakeenah that the Almighty places directly into the chest of those who turn their focus away from the creation and anchor it fully to the Creator. Let us pull back the layers of this reality and look at the flawless architecture of how the divine operates. Think about the nature of a prolonged trial or a heavy hardship that keeps you up at night. When we go through financial stress, family heartbreak, or emotional struggles, our natural human instinct is to panic. We run around frantically knocking on every human door, begging for worldly solutions, utilizing our own limited, fragile power. We allow the darkness of the problem to completely blind us to the ocean of blessings we are still swimming in. But when you choose to activate the remembrance of Allah, a radical, miraculous shift takes place inside your spiritual atmosphere. Your external reality might not change by a single inch yet. The debt might still be there, the sickness might still be present, the difficulty might still be staring you right in the face, but the panic inside your mind completely dissolves into thin air. A serene, cool wave of tranquility descends directly into your chest. You look at the mountain in front of you, and instead of crying, you smile. You look at the storm, and instead of shaking with fear, you take a deep breath and feel completely safe. You find yourself saying, "Oh my Lord, I have done my absolute human best. I have laid my head on the ground in submission, and I am now completely, fully, and beautifully content with whatever you decree for me. If you give it to me, I am grateful, and if you withhold it from me, I am completely at peace, because I know you see what I cannot see." This magnificent supernatural state of the heart is what our beautiful faith calls the highest level of Rida, absolute contentment with the divine decree. Look at the spiritual law at play here. As long as you are obsessing over the problem, as long as you are letting the hardship control your moods and break your spirit, your heart remains attached to the creation. But the exact millisecond you detach your heart from the worldly outcome and anchor it to the master of all outcomes, the trial instantly loses its grip on you. You have learned the core lesson of the exam. The moment you become content with Allah in the midst of the trial, the Almighty commands the physical chains of that trial to completely shatter, and the doors of miraculous relief fly wide open. Let us speak directly to the soul who is listening to my voice right now, while sitting in the dark, feeling completely broken, completely empty, and carrying mistakes and regrets from the past that feel too heavy to carry. You might be telling yourself, "I want this peace, I want this tranquility, but my book is too dirty. I have made too many mistakes, I have fallen too many times, I have spent years running in the wrong direction. There is no way my story can have a beautiful ending." My beloved brother, my chosen sister, do not ever allow the whispers of despair to lock you out of the boundless ocean-like mercy of your Creator. The Almighty addresses your exact situation with a verse that is so filled with love, warmth, and hope it can melt the hardest stone. He says in the Holy Quran, "Say, O my servants who have transgressed against themselves by sinning, do not despair of the mercy of Allah. Indeed, Allah forgives all sins. Indeed, it is He who is the forgiving, the merciful." Look at the exquisite beauty of that invitation. The Almighty calls you my servants. Even though you turned your back on Him, even though you broke His laws, even though you wasted His time, and used His blessings to commit mistakes, He still claims you as His own. He does not tell you to fix your life before you come back to Him. He tells you to come back to Him so He can fix your life. Imagine the power of a single sincere tear falling from your eye in the deep hours of the night on your prayer mat. You stand up, the world is completely silent, your distractions are gone, and you face the master of the cosmos. You bow your head down to the earth, the lowest point of humility, and you whisper, "My Lord, I am here. I am tired of running. I am tired of the illusions. I am tired of the fake happiness. I have wronged my soul, and if you do not forgive me, I am completely ruined." Do you know what happens in the unseen world the exact microsecond you utter that sincere prayer? A massive spiritual transformation takes place. The ledger of your past is completely cleared. The dark pages are entirely erased, and the Almighty, out of His infinite generosity, turns your past bad deeds into good deeds on your scale, giving you a completely brand new, clean, radiant book to write upon. Your past does not define your future. Your current turning point defines your destiny. Think about how beautifully the universe around us transitions to show us this reality. The sun rises in absolute brilliance, it reaches its peak in the afternoon sky, and then it inevitably begins to sink, painting the horizon in deep crimson and purple hues before fading into the heavy darkness of the night. Your life is currently in its afternoon phase. The shadows are getting longer. The twilight is approaching. We walk on this earth with so much pride, so much confidence, and so many long-term plans. We treat tomorrow like it is a signed contract, a guaranteed inheritance that we are legally owed. But who gave you the guarantee that tomorrow even exists for you? Who told you that the sun will rise for your eyes again? The Almighty reminds us of our absolute, complete vulnerability. You can have the best insurance policy, the biggest bank account, the healthiest body, and the most powerful status in society, but when the decree of the unseen world is signed, not a single human asset can protect you for even a microsecond. Waking up, means realizing that your body is just a temporary vehicle, and your soul is currently writing its eternal report card. Do not allow the cheap entertainment of this world to steal the eternal majesty of your spirit. Do not wait for a crisis, a tragedy, or old age to finally force your eyes open. Wake up right now, while the blood is still pumping warm through your veins, while the breath is still flowing smoothly through your chest, and while the ink in your pen is still wet. Tonight, when the rest of the world goes to sleep, reclaim your true destiny. Turn off the noise, step onto your prayer mat, open your heart to the Creator of all existence, and write a beautiful, radiant, unforgettable chapter of return. Stand firm, keep your faith burning bright, and watch how beautifully, how majestically, and how perfectly the Almighty is about to execute your turnaround. May Allah remove every single heavy hardship from your life, replace your long nights of tears with endless years of radiant laughter, completely heal your hidden wounds, open wide the doors of unimaginable, overflowing blessings for you, and grant you ultimate, uninterrupted success, tranquility, and peace in this short temporary world and in the eternal paradise of the next life. Until we meet again in the next reminder, may the peace, mercy, and blessings of the Almighty be upon all of you.